As the Nutcracker plays in the background, setting the Christmas spirit alive, Wendy is greeted by Charlie to ask if she's working the design team. To his dismay, she reveals she isn't taking part in the show this year, due to her job getting in the way and her promotion at stake. Her best friend Tressa walks in, revealing to them she got the part to be in charge of makeup and costumes, giving Charlie the joy that at least one of them is part of the show. Tressa is doing Wendy's makeup as the two friends, now joined by Caroline, are getting ready for an event. Wendy has to run a work-related errand, which almost gets in the way of the off time Wendy has from her work with her friends. During her task of turning the heat up for her boss in her penthouse, she takes a moment to wonder how things would be if that success were hers, sitting in such a beautiful place, doing what she aspires to do, as she lets out the giggle of an excited daydreamer. As she leaves the penthouse in the elevator, it shudders to a stop. Adam enters, admiring Wendy's sugar plum fairy outfit, yet mistaking it for a snow princess. The elevator causes problems again for the two, as it rocks and crashes. The two presume it's their last moment, and they embrace in a kiss, just as the elevator safely opens to a crowd of Christmas carolers. Wendy, flustered and feeling the spark, runs away to meet up with her friends and tell them all that happened, to their disbelief and joy. She mentions that if it is meant to be, they shall find each other again. Early in the morning, Wendy is woken by a call from Miss Hall and required to take her maid's place. Wendy is flooded with things she can and cannot do, and everything she has to take care of, just as Miss Hall leaves for a spa day at the Ritz-Carlton, leaving her behind to get her house together in a rush for her visiting boyfriend. Just as she's done, we see that her boyfriend is none other than the same Adam that kissed Wendy the previous night. However, he doesn't recognize her without her outfit, and in a true Cinderella story fashion, they are introduced to each other with Wendy having the only recollection of what happened. She rushes away as Adam is completely oblivious, yet still affected by that spark-filled kiss they shared. Adam then talks to Priscilla about a Christmas party, how he wants her to decorate his house for it, and she agrees. Wendy meets up with Caroline and Tressa, all gloomy, revealing she found out who the man she felt a spark with is her boss's boyfriend, and that it's disheartening he couldn't even recognize her. She will try to forget it all, get over it, and work and focus on her career, as it should be for an aspiring person such as her. Priscilla and Adam have a back and forth about her wanting to go to events as a couple, but Adam wanting to relax and have an old-fashioned Christmas, but ultimately giving in to her as he agrees. The three friends dance their worries away as Wendy is again interrupted by Priscilla late on a Sunday, and she runs to help her boss, only to drop a bombshell on her, that she has to work with Adam to decorate his house for the Christmas party, and how his family runs the foundation that is running the Nutcracker performance that Tressa and Charlie are a part of. Hesitant, and being pushed by Priscilla, Wendy agrees, and is leaving as she once again runs into Adam, in the same elevator they kissed in. They strike up a conversation about theater and how important it is to them, until they eventually part ways with lines from Shakespeare, showing their prowess in literature and theatrics, as they bid each other a good night and walk separate ways. The same night, Wendy discusses with her friends how she doubts herself being able to do this, due to the burden on her heart. However, Tressa and Caroline have conflicting thoughts about this situation, as one says it's fate, and the other says it is a golden opportunity, showing her a tiny Nutcracker model, which inspires her. Wendy is motivated to be productive and start the job with a well-focused attitude, whilst also using the Nutcracker as a tiny detail to add into the gift basket Priscilla asked her to make for Adam for the following day. Wendy arrives the next morning at Adam's residence, before Priscilla, and takes a look around the house, noting he has Shakespeare's entire collection in his personal library. Then she spies a first edition of A Christmas Carol, with both of them mentioning their personal connection to the book and its theatrical representation. But the sweet meeting is broken up by Priscilla arriving and taking credit for the gift basket Wendy made. She shoves more orders on Wendy's plate whilst she relaxes with Adam, prompting him to ask Wendy to join them, as he feels bad for being laid back as she does everything herself. Back in the office, Wendy recommends ideas to Priscilla, beginning with the theme being related to A Christmas Carol. However, that idea is shut down by Priscilla, as sentimentality has no meaning in a party for donors. They go on to talk about how Priscilla met Adam for the first time, revealing it was a plan she concocted through a mutual friend, and purposefully met him to be with him. Adam, now in the theater, is spotted by Charlie, and they talk about love and how one would know their woman is the one. Charlie tells him that it was in fact a true love's kiss that makes their heart flutter, even 39 years later, leading Adam to reveal he is unsure about it all, guilty and curious about the mystery woman he shared a kiss with. Being responsible for the task at hand, Wendy walks in with her sketches for the Christmas party. However, Priscilla once again shuts her down. The Christmas Carol idea is revolting to her, but the telling off is broken up by Adam as she shows her own sketches. Unimpressed, Priscilla steals the ideas and sketches Wendy made right in front of her, and gains immediate approval from Adam as Wendy stares on in disbelief. Adam leaves and Wendy stands up for herself, only to be put down by Priscilla. As long as she is working for her, all of her work is owned by Priscilla, and she cannot do anything unless she wants to keep working cheap jobs without the benefits Priscilla has to offer. Wendy later on vents to her friends over a cup of coffee as they plead with her to tell Adam everything, but she refuses. Priscilla would destroy her career if she went against her like that. In a twist of fate, Adam arrives at the very same coffee shop the trio are at and spots Wendy, so he comes over to greet them, mentioning how he was impressed by Priscilla's sketches and is grateful to Wendy for being part of it. Caroline and Tressa sneak in references about the truth, prompting kicks under the table from Wendy, just in time to stop them from spilling too much. As Adam arrives at Priscilla's place, she thanks him for the coffee and offers to put his coat away, a cunning plan in order to check his pockets and find the ring he bought for her. He stands disheartened in the living room, as she refuses to let him play Christmas music. The following morning, Tressa arrives with Wendy to Adam's house, as she needed the extra help, and they move around the heavy load. Priscilla is looming around their heads and ordering them around as Tressa picks up a heavy lamppost decoration piece. As she is switching its position, she accidentally hammers Priscilla in the face with it and cracks her nose, causing her to be hysterics, and leading to the outcome of Priscilla heading to New York to a plastic surgeon, leaving Wendy in charge. Seeing this, Tressa and Wendy realize she now has few days with Adam alone, as they begin decorating the house with festivities and ornaments in full swing. At nighttime, Adam arrives just in time to help Wendy pick up the trees. The pair stop by a crowd of carolers as they pick out the Christmas trees, as Wendy reminisces about her memories with her dad around Christmas time, and sparks up a conversation with Adam about special memories. After getting done with it, they share another coffee in the coffee shop, and Adam looks back on his life, and how this was the first time he ever went shopping for a Christmas tree. His grandmother held the family together, she was the one who made Christmas special for him. He is talking about how he got into theater as the two are joined by Caroline and Tressa. Wendy continues decorating the house, and 2 of the 3 trees are now covered in ornaments, as the 3rd tree's ornaments are being made by the Hughes Foundation children. The pair share figgy pudding, to their disgust, as it tastes horrible, yet it leads to them avoiding it altogether and working together to decorate the Christmas trees. As they get done, Wendy is about to confess that she is responsible for all this, but the moment is interrupted by a call from Priscilla. Looking upon the decorations after completion, the lights mesmerize Adam and prompt another Shakespeare quote, until the final touch is revealed to Adam as being his dear first edition A Christmas Carol being put on display. Adam asks to take Wendy out to dinner, to thank her for all the hard work. At dinner, Wendy is shown the ring Adam got for Priscilla, telling her how he was once sure, but ever since he came back to Boston, he cannot feel the flutters but only knots for her. That is, until the designs that Wendy made changed his mind. As they walk together towards their home, Adam contemplates with her if he should propose to Priscilla on a horse and carriage ride. The two take a trial ride to feel it out, and hesitant to agree, Wendy is eventually convinced by Adam. They pay the $25 fee and take a ride around the city, taking small glimpses at each other. As it ends, and Wendy is getting off of the carriage, she slips and falls into his arms, and they share a flustered moment once more, before knocking the feeling away and heading to their homes. Venting once again to her friends, Wendy admits that if she says anything now, she will seem like the one who was calculating all along, as they go back and forth about what they can do. Adam is restless in his own bed, looking at the ring he bought, unsure about what he should do as he opens his phone and calls the jeweler. He asks them if he could exchange the ring he bought before turning off the lights and sleeping. Wendy receives the news that the final batch of Christmas ornaments won't arrive until later that day, as she calls Adam and lets him know. Caroline and Tressa talk about her taste in men, and how if she gets hurt this time, they might have to jokingly beat Adam up, just in time for Wendy to come in and let them know that Adam wants to decorate the tree at night. At Adam's house, and in true Christmas fashion, he surprises her with classic Christmas flicks, and they order Chinese food and binge-watch all of the movies dear to Wendy from her childhood. Adam reveals he has never watched them, but is ready to now, as he does not want to miss out anymore. The pair fall asleep in each other's arms in peace. In the morning, Priscilla barges in as if by some cruel twist of fate, and is met by this display of Adam and Wendy sleeping on the couch in each other's arms. She wakes them, Wendy rushes home, and Adam heads into shower. He gets a call, which Priscilla picks up, and it is the jewelers getting back to Adam about the ring return policy, inciting Priscilla to look for the ring as he prepares to go to a board meeting. Wendy receives a call from Priscilla ordering her to get back to Adam's house after he's gone. As Wendy arrives, she is lied to by Priscilla. She's now wearing the ring Adam got her, which she stole to show Wendy that she is now engaged. She then goes on to humiliate her and let her know she is now fired, and that she should stay out of the way in their lives. Distraught, Wendy is crying next to Tressa as she wipes away her tears and hugs her tight for comfort. At the theater now, Adam runs into Charlie, and he notices Adam looks fresh and relieved, leading to Adam letting him know that he decided to return the ring before he headed home. As Adam arrives, Priscilla lies to him about Wendy quitting, and the fact that she doesn't want to be a part of their world. Priscilla then shows a sorrowful Adam the ring she supposedly found, before kissing him multiple times, saying yes, she'll marry him. Adam tries to stop her, but the vile woman doesn't give him the chance to speak. Adam goes to have a drink to deal with the trauma, as the newspapers around town spread the news of Adam Hughes' engagement to Priscilla. Wendy, feeling low, is offered by Tressa to help at the theater. However, the overwhelming emotions get the best of her and she storms out. Charlie comes in to inquire what's wrong with her, revealing to Tressa that Adam in fact knows he is in love with Wendy, and that he was not planning on getting married. Tressa and Charlie decide something must be done to right this wrong, so Tressa decides to get Wendy dressed up, in order to attend the opening night of the Christmas season special of the Nutcracker. At the party, Priscilla approaches Adam to let him know he is being rude to the guests by being distant at their engagement party, where Adam corrects her that it is a party for the donors, and that he never proposed to her. Adam puts the pieces together and figures out the design was in fact Wendy's, as Priscilla cannot even begin to explain the inspiration for it. This prompts him to leave the party to search for Wendy. Naturally, he arrives at the showing of the Nutcracker, and he finally finds her backstage. She congratulates him on his engagement before being interrupted by Priscilla, as she tries to spin another web around the two, but Wendy doesn't want to take it anymore. She explodes at both Priscilla and Adam, throwing all the awful things her ex-boss put her through back at her, and finally revealing to Adam in her anger that she was the sugar plum fairy in the elevator. She walks away in disgust, telling them they deserve each other. Priscilla rambles nonsensically as she runs into a big Nutcracker board, conveniently lowered by Charlie and Tressa, and hits her nose again. Adam takes his ring off her finger and chases after a crying Wendy, who has just stepped into an elevator, which he steps in just in time and hands her a handkerchief. He convinces her that he in fact felt a flutter as she fell from the carriage, and begs her to forgive him. Wendy considers it, as Charlie and Tressa mess with the elevator again. Just as the two confess their love, thanks to a falling elevator, it falls again and they embrace in true love's kiss once more.